Hello everyone. I am doing a special filming outside just because it's a beautiful night. So I kind of set up my plastic table out here. I'm going to play around with some painting and different things like that. So if the quality is not great, bear with me. But I felt like being creative. And I got a stack of like homemade papers I kind of want to play with too. So there's that. It's been a while. I miss you guys. I miss doing some crafting and arts with you guys and seeing what everyone is up to. Apparently I missed a lot, so I might have to get filled in by you guys, but definitely comment on my video and let me know what's going on in the crafting world, and I'll continue to share some more crafting goodies with you. So I brought out a couple of my little toy things to make impressions. These I just wanted to try and see what I get. Make some good circles, and I had some foam left over here, so I'm gonna just paint on here. I don't have my brayer, unfortunately. I don't know where it is. Since we moved, everything's everywhere, so I'm just gonna kind of rub it on my finger. That's why I'm wearing gloves, so I don't get too dirty. And we have limited color still, but we're gonna play around and just have some fun because I just needed a creative moment to get away. It's been kind of stressful, so oop, making a mess already. I love this this blue, but I like more of a teal color, so what I'm gonna do is mix some green in there. And I am planning on making a, ooh, that's too much green now. I am planning on making a take some of that and put it over here. A update video on my NMAS book, because I have been working on it low-key here and there. I did make some progress. I still have a lot of way of going still, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna wait until I finish it, because I did do most of it already, so it's not much left over, or if I should just update now and then do a complete video once it's done. So you guys tell me in the comments what you would prefer me to do. This is so difficult without the brayer. Just kind of blending it. The green is taking over. I might have to add some more blue. I'll have a little bit of an effect since I'm doing it with my finger. Might as well make it look nice. Alright, that's way too much green though. So let's try to get some of this green out the way first, and then we'll add more blue. I got a couple pieces of paper here, but I also got some paper, some blank papers as well. This was just from a magazine. It's just like not cardstock, but it's thicker than regular paper, and it just has some writing and some grass behind it. So I just add some color to it. And take some dots. This is one of my favorite Gelli plate tools, and it's just a regular Lego plate that I found from a dollar store, but I love how it looks, especially when you get like bright colors. When you have bright colors, it looks really good, like kind of like pop art. Excuse me here. Improvising, kind of giving a little taste on how it might be. We're considering doing some outdoor or nomadic living, so this might be how I do crafting in the future. So I'm just trying to test it out. Obviously I would do it more with more light, but I just felt like being creative now, so I got something in here. So this is why it's in the dark, but usually I will be doing it with more light. Add a little more blue. It's way too much paint on here already, but it's so green that I did not blend the blue. I guess I put, because a lot of that green fell initially. It's looking a little more teal these days now. Try to. I'm just trying my best with my finger because I don't have my brayer. But most of it is getting covered. Alright. Let's try some of these circles. And right now I'm just going to use it as a stamper. And then I'll probably use it because there's way too much paint on it right now. So if I try to put that on a paper, I'll lose the impression. So just going in with some circles. And I'm hoping this will have a double ring, but I'm not sure. It's just a regular can. No, it's just a single ring. Look at some layering on this. It might actually look really nice. I was really hoping for this double ring. But I like the big circles. Get another color in there because it's way too green, but let's see, maybe I can put some color on here. I don't want to waste the green. Just a little bit. You can kind of see it. Let's see, maybe some gold. That looks a little better. You can see that much more than the blue. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. It's a lot of paint though, so I'm gonna have to let that dry for a while before doing any more layers on top of that. But I really like how that looks. So this one, I did some crown rubbing on a texture surface. So I don't know if you can see, there's like a bunch of like dotted background pattern. And I'm going to use this as a base. Only the gold seems to be coming off, so I probably put too much gold and not enough of the blue. Let me see if I press on the blue side. Some of it comes off, but not as much as I would have hoped. So let's add some more blue. Where did my blue go? Oh. And now we'll probably have to look for all my little tools, see what boxes I may have put it in, because a lot of things are still in boxes at the moment. So I was able to find a couple things, but I'm definitely missing a lot of my tools. Ooh, I like that. Now that one came out really nice. Oops. Oh well. The blue and the orange look really good together. So I want to do more blue. But I got to get rid of this green. So I'm going to grab another piece of paper. Just waste some of this. Kind of get a random pattern going. Now I found that the way to do jelly print and make it actually look good is to do layering, but sometimes I don't get a good layer when I press it onto the jelly surface as it is, so I kind of go and I use that almost like a stamp pad and I stamp it down until I get like a really thin layer, and then I'll probably wipe off the jelly plate. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, and a lot of it's going to be circles because that's the stuff I have to work with. It's about the same circle as this circle, so not anything too different. What about this one? Was it smaller? This is a soda can. It's a little bit smaller. The soda can is a little bit smaller than the regular size can and the lid from KFC. So there is a difference. And this is just some foam. I did a hole punch on some foam and then I cut around it, and that's the pattern I got. I just glued it together. So I'm just going to use this as a stamper. There's going to be a lot of green on here, but I'm just using it for pattern, and then I can go over it with a different color, like spray or rub some color on there that's different, and then that'll bring it up. So right now I'm just going to go in with the circles as a pattern. And I really like this stamp. It's pretty cool. Foam stamps are pretty easy to make if you're looking for something homemade and do your own thing. For the jelly plate, this is just a bottle cap and some foam that I glued onto the bottle cap. And that's a quick, easy stamp that I can use now to play on the jelly plate and to use it to stamp. And now I have a cluster of circles from the stamp. So I have more of these. I just don't know where they're at the moment. So, alright. Let's get another paper. I'm still trying to waste this green. So I'm very much still going to be doing glue books. That's always going to be my first love on this channel. But occasionally I do like playing with paint and making these papers. I found that I can also, once I've jelly plated or stamped papers, that I like to sometimes break them up as backgrounds for my glue books. So that might be something you think about too. You can take a piece of magazine paper and put some paint on top of it, or regular paper, and just do a bunch of different layers and jelly paint on it, and this could be a background for your collage image. And no one says you have to do collage or glue book in an actual book. So if you want to just take a collection of papers and use the backgrounds and make like collage pages separately, that's okay too. Like whatever art you do is perfectly fine. But it just gives you another option. I know true glue book people, they say if you're putting paint on it, it's not considered glue book stuff. But I consider it, if it's dried, if you're just grabbing from a stack of painted papers, then that's fair game. I wouldn't call it a glue book piece if I just did the glue, like I did the paint now and then added the collage on it. I would call that like more mixed media. And I guess it's still kind of mixed media once it's dry, but once it's dry, it just becomes a decorated piece of paper for me. So that's how I consider it. Let's add different color in the middle because I'm getting really tired of the green. That green really plopped on there. Just kind of mix it in. Just to give a different color. I just like the way these look together, so I think it would be a good first layer background of just having this pattern repeated, and then go in with a different thing, either just bringing on regular paint onto it or a different pattern like around it, like maybe circles around it or something. But this looks pretty cool. It almost looks like, you know how when you buy a pack of soda and they have like that plastic ring around it? It kind of looks like that, but it looks really nice. It could also look like flowers and stuff like that, depending on how you work with it after you do your prints. When you stamp it in, like I could draw around it and make it look like anything, but for now it's just background. Let's get a green one in there. And I'm kind of making sure this thing is absolutely covered so that it could be considered almost scrapbook paper at this point. You don't have to pay for a lot of scrapbook paper. If you find a couple different tools that you like using and just repeat the patterns over again, you get nice pretty paper. And if you use gold and silver and stuff like that, then you get that shimmery aspect too. I'm not sure if you can really see here, but there's some shimmer, and that adds to the effect as well. I just knocked over the light, excuse me. Bear with me. Now I'm just going to get some of this off of the actual jelly plate. There's still quite a bit of paint in here, but I want to get some layers off of this so I can put different colors. So I'm just pressing pattern into this. I don't think any of this pattern is going to show, but we are going to see what happens. Okay. Move this to the middle, that way we can actually get a print of this. I'm just going to press it very in so I get most of the layer off. Now this might just be a block of paint, it might not have any pattern, but we're going to see what happens. Okay, looks like I picked up some pattern. There is some of the gold in the middle and some in the background. There's some rings from pressing with the can. So there is a bit of pattern here, and that's pretty cool. Let's see. There's some of this ghost pattern. This looks pretty cool too. Now I could have went in and added paint on top of the ghost pattern to try to rip both of them off. But I don't have a lot of success with that. Sometimes I put too much paint, as you can tell. Sometimes the ghost pattern looks really nice on its own. Look at how nice that looks. Almost looks like leaves or some kind of nature element in there. So that's pretty cool. All right, now we have the changed color. I'm gonna get a brand new paper. We're still gonna have green on it because there's green kind of on the stuff, but we're gonna mix something else. Let's see. Let's start with this blue. Let's just do the blue. And then I can add some gold or some purple or something to that effect. So again, if you're interested in seeing more stuff from me, what are you looking forward to seeing? What do you wish I focus on my next videos? Because my videos are going to be a little bit few and far between right now because we're still in this process of going through all of our boxes, settling in. We might possibly be moving again. So things are a little kind of up in the air. But if you would like me to focus on one specific thing, I'm just going to throw it on here. What would you like to see more of? Would you like me to do some kind of mixed media? Would you like me to focus on a particular glue book that I haven't posted in a while? I still have that comp book that I need to be working on. So that's something that I can do. I started doing a glue book journal, like a visual journal thing. I can show that or work more on that on camera. I can work on some inchies. So really what it is that you're looking forward to, and that will be what I focus on for the next like 2 videos that I do. Because like I said, we may not get many videos in here, so take advantage of when I have time, and I can kind of give you an update of some other projects that I've been working on. And if there's a project that you guys are currently doing, I've seen that there was some kind of project going around on YouTube that I wasn't really familiar with. If you'd like to see me do it, just let me know, and I can consider that as well. I might not post everything on camera, but I might do an update video so you can see where my progress is on that as well. Let me get a couple more big circles around. And I have this foam. I'm thinking of cutting it down, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm just going to press it in. I'm just going to give it a different pattern. And this is really good because it's thick foam. It's very good at stamping. So like say I just brayered on color, like going on top with this foam piece. And this is just from a old 3S case. I bought a much larger one, but I kept the case and it still fits in the case, but the foam didn't fit. So now I'm just gonna use the foam for crafting purposes because I am a recycle artist, and you already know that about me. Anything that I can use, I will use. Ooh, that's really nice. This is a really nice color. Let's add a different color. Let's add purple. This one might probably be the last paper I do. Then I'll let them dry up, and you might see them make a reappearance in some of my collage work. Some of it might end up in my collage work. Some of it might end up in a few grab bags. So if you like some of the patterns, you might be interested in picking some of that up. And once I find my actual jelly plate tools, there'll be more different patterns to be looking out for too. I'm just kind of rubbing the paint on. These things do not have to be perfect. They don't have to be a certain way. This got stuck onto there, but it made a cool little pattern here. Sometimes I find the more abstracted looks, sometimes those are the papers I like the most. So if you only have a limited of tools, that's okay. Make some repetitive patterns on with those tools. Change out the colors, do multiple layers. Take something and stamp it from the jelly plate, as well as taking the print from the jelly plate, because as you can see, this is a whole different effect from this. So it's just something to consider. And I'm very much a beginner gel plate person, so if you're beginning and you're like, I can't possibly do anything gel plate related, if I'm doing this, you can do it, because this is very basic. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy. Let's just get the rest of this off of here. I am going to temporarily restock my grab bags. I'm going to go dig them out and start making a couple more. Just for the time being, because currently we're both without income. So any of those purchases will help us a lot. Just maintain costs, go toward things we need until we get the unemployment, or until we get his work to cut him back. Just adding a couple more green because I have this glob of paint over here and I don't want it to go to waste. So consider purchasing some of my grab bags. I will also do envelopes, but I'm going to do a limited stock. I will do envelopes for letters and for words and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do like the $4 mini envelopes or any of that stuff, because that requires too much work and we don't have a big area to work off of. So currently I'm not going to be working on those, but the regular en masse envelopes and the glue books, I didn't even get to work on my homemade paper. I'll have to show that to you next time, but not my glue books, my grab bags are going to be available for purchase. That means the color grab bags and the mixed grab bags that I first started with, and the envelopes. So if you care to purchase any of those, just reach out to me on my Instagram, reach out to me on Facebook, leave a comment on YouTube, and I will find a way of contacting you to do your invoice for your order, and you will be helping me very much. But other than that, I don't want this to be strictly just about selling. I wanted to do some more crafting, and I played around here. Hope you enjoyed the little bit of time that I I stood here to work on this craft with you guys, and I will be shooting another video pretty soon, and maybe do some updates for you guys. So leave a message in the comments, and the next video will probably be decided by you guys if I get enough feedback. So I hope to see you guys soon. Stay crafting, and remember to tag me in any work that you do, because I always look to see new art and hear from you guys. So thank you. It's been lovely just checking in with you guys. Bye.